Welcome back to Freecast Customs. I'm in a weird position I'm rarely in, which is we've got the double 80 pretty much situated. I'm gonna mess with the jetting, carburation, fueling, but that bike's pretty much ready to go. And then the GS750 is really close as well. Runs, starts, stops, pretty much, just little things like I got to build the seat, little chesty protector thing, and I think we're pretty much solid with that bike. So now this is the next one. Yamaha YZ465. Picked it up. I mean, it's been used and put away wet. It runs great, by the way, which is pretty cool. Thought it was neat that it had a modern front end on it, but I mean, I'm not using it. It's way too long for what I want to do. So Maximilian, the double MX80, was always a prototype, proof of concept, right? Can I lash together two strokes, get them to run, and make a bike out of them? And I proved that to myself, at least, with Maximilian, right? All the problems that we had on the salt flats were mine, but up until we had problems, the bike was 100%. It rolled, stopped, did everything a bike's supposed to do, and everything that went wrong was my doing. So that one's good. So of course, and what's funny is I was actually only ever going to build a double 400cc because I didn't realize that they made a 465 in 1980. The class I race in at Bonneville is from 1957, 1980. It's classic class. So I thought the biggest bike in 1980 was a 400cc. Turns out they actually did make 500s and 465s back then in 1980. So here is a 1980, or at least this much of it. The important part, which really the engine, is 1980, 465. And I just have to find another one. Turns out they're pretty rare. So what we're gonna do here is I have a 250 case up there, which is pretty much the same dimensions as this. I actually think they're, I'm gonna check it out, but I think the mounting points, at least in the front, is the same, but this is really all I care about, right? Like how long is it so I can put another engine here. But until I find the other 465, I'll use whatever I have up there. I'm sorry, I'm pointing up there because I have a bunch of engines stuck up in the rafters, which now I have to pull down. So really, I'm just interested in the engine, right? I'm not just going to cut up the frame and then weld another frame here. Because like I said, these bikes are pretty rare, and if I ever want to go back to actually running a dirt bike, I want to be able to. So we'll do a whole custom frame, just like I did with the double 80. But the one thing I like about this bike in particular is this rear shock setup here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the swing arm, right? Probably end up running this wheel or one of the other wheels I have. But so we'll take the swing arm and this shock and incorporate that into our design. So I got a bunch of drawings on how I think it's going to work. But what's going to happen here is this is 13 inches from the ground, which is great if you have a dirt bike. I do not need that much ground clearance. I'd like it to keep it around 6-ish, 7-ish inches off the ground. So here-ish, right? Which is why I built this wooden platform, because what I'm going to do is we're going to remove the front end, This is a really cool front end, by the way. Some modernish dirt bike, upside down forks, decent 2-piston brake. I'm gonna do some chopper thing with this in the future. Not with this bike. It's way too much travel. I'll have to put way too much rake into the frame. So for now, we're going to remove this completely. I'm going to unbolt at least the top part here, and I want to swing this up as high as I can make it and get this down to a usable level for me, and then we'll see where the shock ends up. Lucky for me, I'm building a double engine bike, so there'll be plenty of room up here, but not 100% sure I'm going to use the actual shock, because dirt bike, at least the initial hit is going to be a lot softer. There's a lot more travel than I particularly want or need in a land speed bike. So I'll see if I'll make this work, see how soft it is, but I got a shelf full of other shocks that I could make adapt to fit. So next steps is just that. Remove this, lower this, figure out where this is going to go, and then start drawing up what all this is going to be. Almost forgot. So I already have a second flywheel, and we're going to use a timing belt pulley this time. On Maximilian, we just used an alternator pulley off of some Honda that I found in a parts catalog. I think it was a 7-rib pulley, but I can only find a 6-inch belt that was the correct length, and which was totally fine because that engine had 4 horsepower, right? So the MXA is rated by Yamaha like 4 horsepower. So I really wasn't concerned with slippage. The belt was super tight. The engines were super easy to turn over. I mean, you can literally you can kick them. You can use the Kickstarter by hand, right? Not so much with this almost 500cc monster. I will say that right now, she's like a 1-2 kick bike, so she actually starts really nicely. But I'm concerned with the compression and how much force is coming through, except because I put a drill on here because I figured, oh, I'll just start it with a drill, and that wasn't happening. I'm really not so much to time the motors together, but it's really more for, I was afraid that if I used a standard serpentine belt, that when I went to kick this one, it wouldn't spin the front one, or vice versa. So we're gonna use a timing belt with teeth on it, and hopefully that will be strong enough to kick the back one, start the front one, and then we're off to the races. Mostly because I don't have a plan B. Like I said, my drill's not going to work. I guess I could get a stronger drill, but those are expensive. I don't want that. I might be able to use a car starter that I have laying around, but that's seems like overkill for what I want to do. So hopefully plan A, which is my only plan, will work, which is a fixed timing belt here, have engine up front here, kick this guy, which will spin this guy, and we are literally off to the races. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Get this off, lower this down, figure out where this is going to live, and that way I'll get a better idea of how things are going to sit, and get a better idea of how it's going to lay out in my head.